That's the real question I want to know. Like, what is up with... Okay, that's good. All right, cool. It's great to be here with you guys. Today we are wrapping up our series on wanting more, but first I want you guys to look at my shoes. Look at those. Those two don't even match. They're like both left shoes from something. I have like 3 pairs of dress shoes. These are the shoes I'm wearing right now. These are ones I pretty much just wear like all the time for whatever reason. They look so small because it's like a picture up here. I mean, in real life, that's like bigger than my hand and like my face, so that's pretty huge. But it's a weird question. But one day I was like, I want to have a lot of shoes when I grow up. To me, this is a lot of shoes. I was the kid growing up who just had like one pair of shoes and wore them for everything. And so for me, all these things kind of added up over time. I'm not a shoe guy, but yet I have a lot of shoes. And that's what happens with the stuff in our lives. And if we're not careful, the stuff in our lives can kind of take over our lives because things add up. And when things add up, our focus is kind of messed up because our lives become me-focused instead of others-focused. And our life kind of becomes me-centered when we're not focusing on others. And that's what happens when we get a lot of stuff in our lives. I want you guys to know that having more is not the same as being more. This idea of this whole concept of the series that we've been going through is for you guys to want more for yourself. And I want more for you than just for you to have a lot of things, just for you to have a lot of stuff. Because I believe that true satisfaction actually comes with giving stuff away or being content with what you have. So we're going to talk about some things that we can do to be more satisfied in our life and travel light through our lives. First thing we need to do is declutter. We need to declutter more. You guys know what clutter is? Yeah. If you open the door of my car right now, stuff will probably fall out because my car is kind of the place I throw a lot of clutter. And your room might look this way, maybe under your bed. There's just a lot of clutter. So we need to declutter more. Some of the things we're about to talk about, the world and other kids might just point the finger and laugh at you for what you're doing. But here are some simple ways that we can kind of travel light through our lives. Number one thing that we need to do is this. We need to give away more. Every time that we buy something new, maybe we should give something else old away. Like if I buy a new pair of shoes, maybe I need to give another pair of shoes away. In fact, if some of you guys want some brown dress shoes that were in that video, hit me up after this. Maybe I'll give them to you. They're not in my car or anything, but next time I'm here, I will totally give you those brown pair of shoes. Yeah. The lie from the world says that more is good, right? Like more is better. For you, you might even have brown shoes at your house, but I want those because those are free. But yet we have to give away more. Another thing we need to do, some of you guys are good at this, some of you guys are really bad at this, is avoiding drama. Yeah. You know, some in the front row is like, Avoiding drama. Because what drama is, it's like baggage. It's like imagine having a backpack that's only so big, but trying to cram tons of stuff in there that you can't fit anymore. You've probably seen that one kid at school that just has way too much stuff in his backpack and he's like walking like this. Like you can't do that. Like that kid walking to school. I was that kid for like 1 year. I had tons of books and one of the straps actually broke and I was like, man, I need to simplify my life. So drama is just like that. Because the lie that the world shows is that drama is good. Like your life should be like Degrassi or like a teen show. Like it should be exactly like a TV show. But that is a lie. Your life can just be simple. It doesn't have to be full of drama. Another thing that you're not going to like hearing is this. You need to clean your room. Oh, man. See, I knew that you guys were better than just cliche teenagers. But cleaning your room actually has a lot of value to it because it helps you focus in your room. Your room should be like your private sanctuary away from the world. And when it's full of stuff, when it's full of clothes that are just on the ground and like toys that you got when you were 5 years old that for some reason you still have and you don't want to throw away, like you need to just get rid of those things. Clean your room so that you can focus. I mean, imagine trying to do homework on your desk at home if you have a desk and there's just stuff everywhere. You can't focus. Like the world's lie is that, hey, teenagers are just messy, it's okay. And that's a lie. You can be clean and you can focus. Another thing we need to do with our phones or our tablets or iPhones or whatever is we need to bring our notifications to 0. For some of you guys, that's hard to do because you're jerks and you like leaving people on red. Yeah. Now, leaving people on red is kind of a jerk move, but also just not checking your notifications is a great way to add up stress in your life, because you can look at your phone and be like, oh, there's just like too many things for me to focus on. And so that adds a layer of stress that you just don't need. And notifications don't make you important. Like, you can't look at your friends and be like, well, I got like 50 snaps that I haven't opened. And by the way, that was like my Trump impression. I don't know why I did that. But like, you look at your snaps and you're like, I'm so important because I've got like 50 ones that I haven't opened yet. And so that is a way just to be a jerk, but it's also a way to kind of fill your life with a lot of stuff that shouldn't be there. Another thing that we need to do is set aside a day for you. Set aside at least one day. Because if your life is full of so much stuff for other people, like your parents or teachers or what you want to do later in life, and so you're trying to like work on that college application and all that stuff, even now, then if you don't have enough time just to set aside one day for yourself, then you probably have too much stuff going on. So declutter your life, maybe get rid of some things that you shouldn't be doing. Just because you're busy doesn't mean that you're being successful. Busyness does not equal success or effectiveness. At the end of the day, guys, you know your life more than anybody else knows your life, so you know where to start. You know what to get rid of first. There's probably some easy things that you can go do. I'm sure that cleaning your room is probably the easiest one out of all of these, depending on how crazy your room is, but it's the easiest one that you know how to start doing. So I would encourage you guys to start doing that right away, because that's one step towards living a simple life. And we need to have a simple plan for our lives as well. So this is our second step. Once you've decluttered, take stuff out of your life, you need to develop a simple plan for your life. And here's what a simple plan is. A simple plan is focused. Maybe you want to be a doctor when you grow up. That's really good. But try over the next couple years to narrow down your focus. See where your desires are, your passions are. Maybe just instead of being a doctor, you want to be a pediatrician with kids. Or maybe you want to serve in the military and be a nurse overseas or serve on mission or something. Like, over the next couple years, really try to focus your plan down, because that leads to satisfaction. Is your focus on you, or is it on others? Know your focus and get it focused on the right things. If your plan is just focused on you, then you probably need to rethink your plan, because satisfaction comes with helping others too. Christmas season is coming, guys. And the cliche is actually true, that giving is better than what? Receiving. Receiving is, but that works too. Yeah, it's the same thing. But there's actually a joy and a satisfaction you get in giving stuff away than getting stuff. And I know that you guys are still kind of in the stage of life where it feels really good just to get like 50 presents on Christmas, pile them up in your room and be like, yeah, look at all my stuff. But I would encourage you guys to live simply this Christmas season. No way that you need to complicate things. On the other side, a simple plan also needs to be big. A simple plan needs to be big. And here's what I mean by this. If your plan is so easy that you can accomplish it by the time you graduate high school or something, then your plan's probably not big enough. You need to think bigger, dream bigger. How many of you guys, by a show of hands, you want your future job to make a difference in the world? Right. Some of you guys are just fine working in a cubicle, doing whatever, but probably over half of you guys, you want to do something that impacts the world. Now, for those of you guys who just rose your hand, how many of you guys have a plan to do that? Okay, I'm going to call you out right now, and I highly doubt that. You might have some ideas, but what is your step-by-step process? Like, what are you doing today to accomplish that goal? Like, if I were to ask you that, what are you doing today to accomplish that goal, what would you say? Studying, that's a good thing. But for some of us, I think we just have good intentions. We're like, someday I'm going to do this thing, and it's going to be great. But good intentions are not enough. Here's another thing. Simple plans are also doable. You need to be able to actually do it. It can't be too big that you're like, well, I want to be an astronaut someday, but I'm going to live a really unhealthy life and never study anything about science and math. Hopefully it happens. Like, that doesn't work. Just having good intentions is not enough. Simple plans are doable. There's a guy named Dave Ramsey, and he said that a goal without a plan is just a dream. A goal without a plan is just a dream. So for you guys, if you can't start soon, or you can't put the steps together to make your plan happen, then you need to rethink your plan. Because at the end of the day, guys, you want more for yourself than just to get things and stuff for your satisfaction. The more we declutter, the more we simplify our life, and the more focused we get, I think the more satisfaction we'll have because we realize, hey, we're actually doing what we want to do. The desires that we have inside of us are actually coming forward and we're doing them. So I encourage you guys to work to simplify your life, get rid of clutter. You can start by cleaning your room today. Step toward a satisfied life by developing a simple plan. So you travel light because this is the important thing, guys. Having more is not the same as being more. Peace out.